Hey, how's it going? I'm Jason. Merry Christmas. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. So, I've been buried in AI and automations with Make.com and Airtable and following along with the no code architects from school for about a week now. So, getting through the second phase of the Make.com training. And so, one of the challenges that we had was to create an automation that takes us through creating the content with graphics and without graphics and then automating posting to LinkedIn. But the problem with LinkedIn is that you can't post with like a PDF or a carousel directly. So the automation needed to pause to allow for a manual upload. So I was going to walk through what I've built with this. This is really the foundations of the whole content creation pipeline that I've made. So I will start with that and show you what I've got so far. So over here, this is my Airtable, and I need to make a graphic of the flow that I've got, but basically I'm going to put podcast transcripts into here. They're going to automatically populate into Airtable here because I've set this up with Make.com. Then I'm going to run through a series of transformations on it to create additional content. That's the content creation automations there. So it'll give me ideas for LinkedIn posts. It'll give me some graphics for it, a PDF carousel, and it'll update back there. After that, we'll go through the steps to create a post and to automate that process, which will take us through LinkedIn. Here, I'm going to post to my LinkedIn page. And what I've set up is a filter that allows for the router to send posts with no images all the way through. And if it has an image, to redirect it and to trigger or to tell the user to trigger an automated or a manual process. So that's how that'll flow. And then in that manual process, I've got a last step where it uploads into Google Drive the images and LinkedIn posts for review. So it should run the whole course. We'll see. It's probably going to break because I'm showing somebody, and that's usually how it happens. But here we go. So to start off with, I'm going to move my transcripts. These are just text documents into the Google Drive. And this automation should run automatically here. Right now, if it doesn't, I'll kick it off. But it should. We'll see what it does. And let's refresh this. And it has not yet, so maybe we will go ahead and run it. There it goes. All right, so check the folder. There's should be 3 files that upload there. I'm not sure why it only did 2, but there's all 3 of them. So all 3 of them are there. So that was that automation. Put them into my Airtable here. So we're gonna pick, well, I guess it did only upload 2. Oh, one of them was already in there. So that will mess it up. So that put them into my Airtable. And now I need to create ideas for LinkedIn posts. So this is my backlog. And in here, I'm going to go to create blog post ideas. And that will give me 5 ideas based off of the copy in there. And that should automate out of this one. So it should run the course there. And hopefully it does that. There they go, in progress. So now I've got 5 ideas for, based off of the content of that blog, or off of the content of that podcast, 5 ideas for LinkedIn content. So then I will come back over here. These are now in process. And I'm going to write a LinkedIn post for this one. I'm going to do 3 of them just because I want to show different configurations, whether it has a photo, doesn't have a photo, or has a carousel. So a little bit of formatting stuff that I need to figure out on this, like the draft. It's splitting the line. I mean, I can make these bigger, I suppose. But I like them on one line so I can see where it's at. So slight edit here. I'm going to pull this off here anyways. And so it gave me 3 topics for LinkedIn posts. And I have this running through an assistant, a GPT assistant. So it's got some background data on the company, the style that we want to write. It's got guidance on doing that. And then it writes the blog post according to a style sheet. So there should be key takeaways, a call to action, catchy hook at the top, and a character count or word count recommendation. So, and then it does some hashtags, which are kind of meh. They work sometimes, but for the purposes of this, we're going to keep working with it. So now that I've got my LinkedIn articles written, and these are going to go to my LinkedIn page, I'm going to tell it what channel to go to, which is on the LinkedIn page there. And then I'm going to have, well, first I want to create 3 images for this one. So I want a 3-image carousel. So text to photo carousel. And that's going to trigger this transcript to run through here, and it's going to make 3 images for me. So there it goes. Now this one, I just want one carousel with the 3 images that it comes up with. So and those are quote images. I should have put this up here too. It's plus.app. I have a basic quote template set up that just puts the quote into the middle of the thing. And of course it's going to do this. So here's my template, very simple. It updates the quote information from the LinkedIn posts. Like it'll come up with a quote from there. So you can see that it made it here. Very simple template. There's 3 of them. And there's a GPT completion on that says use less than 10 words and come up with a statement there. So that's how those are made. And then this one here, I want to make a carousel. So I want all 3 of those images to be in one PDF. So it's going to run back through this again to give me a PDF of it. And that should be running in here. And there it goes down that chain. 3 more images there. And it's going to crank those guys out. So while it's doing that, the next thing we need to do is set it up to create a post for that channel. So I'm going to go into this review and rewrite. Let's say that I rewrote it and I did all the editing that I wanted. I'm going to create posts. So that's going to populate this other table over here that gives it a record ID for the post, the publication date, and gets it set up so that the trigger will work when I approve this. So there goes the PDF. So now that's in there. So because that one's done, I'm going to go to approve. And this is going to run the first set of actions to publish. So it's going up through there, and it didn't like that. So it didn't update the record. I do not know why. So we're going to reset this. I'll keep it going. I'll keep it rolling. Which one is this? This is the content record. I don't know why I didn't like that. What's it saying? Publish URL. This thing's been giving me trouble on this. So we're going to get rid of that. Delete that module. Go into here. The publish URL is there. I don't know why it's not doing it, but I have a feeling that it's still posted. So if I go back here, it says it posted, and I go to my LinkedIn. Oh, where'd you go? LinkedIn page. I'm going to refresh this page and see if it completed. Yep, it completed the post. So there's my post. So it went through. So we're going to delete this because I didn't really edit that thing, but that worked. So then I can go to, I'm going to adjust this one again real quick. We're going to delete that module. We're going to update this one. Source record. Published URL. That one didn't like that. Okay, so that's on the content. Oh, that's why. It doesn't like doing it on the post page. So if I go to the content page, it doesn't have a problem with this so I've got to get them linked together. Because on the post page, it didn't update the URL even though it did post. But if I go to the all data files page, I believe, nope, it didn't update the publish URL there either because it should be right there. So I'm not exactly sure why that's happening. I'll have to look into that. But let's make sure that this is up and running, and we're going to run once. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to approve this post with the images, and it will, well, we got to create a post first. So let's create the post. We'll create a post on this one too. So it's got to have the post created, the channel that it's going to, where I want it to display, and then today's date for it to trigger this action. And so then I go to approve, and what's going to happen over here is that it is going to run from here, and it will filter out, hopefully. Make sure this thing runs. There it goes. And it filtered out down to here. Because there's images on it, it didn't run through that route. So what I set it up for was if images exist, to go that way. And up here, if images do not exist, it can go that way. So that's how on that challenge I got it to work that way. And then back here, this is another weird thing. This is supposed to say manual upload, because if I go to here, the status says manual upload. So if it runs that route, it's supposed to update to the manual upload. But it may be the record ID that possibly is not tracking that. So we'll try that. Let's save that, and I've got one more to try. And so we'll run once, and we're going to approve this one. So it runs through, and it's going to go the same route, which is going to kick it down here because it's got a PDF attached to it. And it should go. Maybe not. There it went. There, that one did. Okay, so nope, it switched to posted. So don't know why, but it went to manual and then it switched to posted. I'm not sure. It must be something in the automation field. So anyways, I know that this is a manual upload. So in order to get it out so we can edit it, I've got an action set up in here to upload for review. And so we're going to upload both of these for review. While that process runs, it will go through there and it's going to update the table. So, and it is creating a folder that will contain both the post and the photos that go with each one. So there it goes, 3. And then it updated the table. And it should run one more time. So it says both those are updated for review. Let's go back into here, refresh this, and there we go. Both posts, there's the LinkedIn draft, so we can pull this back out to a GPT, do some editing on it, do some writing on our own, and then each of the images associated with that are where they're supposed to be. And if we go to the other one, we should have just the PDF, and that has those two. So now I can manually come back to LinkedIn and post directly from here. Oops, go back. So I can post directly out of here and upload it. So that's the whole process. We obviously have more things that we can do here. We can create more posts, do different things with it. The next step that I'm working on is to take what is in this folder. So going from this folder and being able to get that into a custom GPT directly. So listing out all the text files in the folder, selecting one from within the GPT so I can edit on it, and then posting it back up. So then that way I can put it in another watch folder and it can update this content column here with the finalized version. So that way when we run the post command or the approved command, it is actually an edited version. So that's the next step. That's the goal. And if you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully that made sense. I know there's a couple little bugs on it, like why that thing goes to posted and not directly to manual upload. And then also not sure why the publish URL is not pulling where it's supposed to. So it may be maybe a name function, I'm not sure. But it should have populated when I did those, and it should populate in the posts column as well. So if you got questions, let me know. Pretty cool. I got that to work. I'm excited for it. It will save a ton of time. So if you're a small business owner and you want to put something like this together and I can help out in any way, I can pass along what I know. So appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.